Folks, I'm angry. Frankly, there are a million things I'd rather be talking about than the Miami Heat right now, and how last night was one of the most egregious performances I have seen from this team in the last two or three seasons in the new Jimmy Butler era. It was sloppy play, and I couldn't believe the coaching. So let's back up for a second. The Miami Heat last night played the Dallas Mavericks in a game that I was sure Miami would win by double digits. They were up by 8 at halftime. Luka Doncic, the Mavericks star player, was doing nothing. He was contributing nothing. Miami was taking him essentially completely out of the game. Yet, by the end of the fourth quarter, Miami's down by 8. A 16-point swing in the second half. For what reason? Folks, the Miami Heat need to get their act together. There is no excuse. If you're the one seed in the East, like the Heat are as of right now, there is no reason to be losing to teams like the Mavericks, who are a one-star show. And when that one star doesn't perform, the game should be over. But for some reason, the Miami Heat, who I have credited for having the most hustle in the league, are being out-hustled by Josh Green? Who is Josh Green? Why is he the one making all the plays for the Mavericks? Why is Bam Adebayo not protecting the paint? Why is Miami doubling Luka Doncic when there is no reason to be doing so? I would rather have Luka. What was the story of the game? It was the Mavericks shooting and how the big men on the perimeter were making every single jump shot. I would rather have Luka Doncic, who is a superstar. I would rather have Luka taking a contested fadeaway shot and likely missing like he was all of last night than let a 40% three-point shooter take a wide open look from the corner. The fact that Miami failed to adjust to guard these wide open threes at the end of the game blows my mind. I've credited this team. I've credited the Heat with having one of the best defenses in the league. Having one of the best coaches of all time, not just in the league right now. One of the 10 greatest coaches in NBA history is Erik Spoelstra. And they let me down. And normally I don't like making a big deal of regular season games, but this is an issue that Miami has had to deal with consistently the entire season. The lack of ability to close games and the lack of ability to really defend the perimeter jump shot the way other great teams have been able to. It's this lack of consistency that Miami has that makes me seriously doubt their ability to come out of the East this year. Sure, they're the one seed. Sure, they're the best coached team in the NBA. But the fact that they're lacking those guys that can create their own shot, the fact that they're lacking those guys who are going to contest the wide open threes, and the fact that we fail to adjust at the end of games, which often leads to us blowing big leads or failing to come back in crucial moments, leaves me some serious concerns. I don't know if we can stop a team like Brooklyn or like the 76ers or Milwaukee if we cannot adjust to the necessary adjustments. And last night, Miami was up by 8 at halftime. We were up by 8 at halftime. And the Mavericks adjusted. They decided to run the ball out of Luka's hands. We failed to understand that. We were doubling Luka. Still don't understand why we would double a player who was shooting 26% when a good player when a player like him should be shooting 50. He was shooting 26% last night, and we continued to double team him as if he was instilling fear in the Heat. No one instills fear in the Miami Heat. This is Pat Riley, goddammit. And if you are a Pat Riley team, if you are a Miami culture team, there is no reason for a player like Luka Doncic to be inspiring fear. There's no reason to be doubling him on a night like that and leaving shooters wide open. Folks, this was an egregious loss. If Miami's really going to contend, they need to get their act together. They need to get healthy. A player like Victor Oladipo would have been great to have last night. And Duncan Robinson needs to figure himself out. I mean, Duncan is supposed to be this elite shooter, yet his most inconsistent part of his game is his shooting. Who knows? One night he might make 8 threes. The next night he'll go 0 for 10. That's just who he is. And Miami cannot live and die by Duncan Robinson when you have too many great players to be doing that. And the turnovers. Miami's, all of their strengths that they normally play with were gone last night. We're normally great with handling the ball. We had ridiculous turnovers down the stretch. We're normally a good shooting team. We couldn't make a shot to save our lives. We're normally great at defending the inside. We couldn't do that at all either. So this is a very concerning loss as a Heat fan. And if Miami is going to seriously contend down the stretch, and if we're going to try and make some actual damage in the East, things need to change quickly.